Hey there, welcome everyone to day 2 of our journey from 0 to 10K in 30 days. Now, what you're going to see here in day 2 is probably going to be a lot of redundancy from day 1, right? TJ's still going to be working on building out lists, getting into groups, working on building connections, and working on just getting exposure for the business itself. And what I'm going to be doing is still working on the mapping out of systems and really getting into like the actual building of systems. Now, we won't necessarily be getting to actually building out the systems today, at least from my side. It's going to be more so just like mapping out everything so we know exactly the form, the structure, what needs to be built. So that way we can easily go build it. But that's what you're going to basically see here for the most part in day 2. And there's going to be a lot of redundancies that you might notice, especially along these videos. You might see like, man, TJ's doing the same thing, or, oh, you know what, it looks like Kay just built another system. Well, these are all things that go into building a business. This is what we've learned. And so we're excited to have you here, though. But let's go ahead and jump into day 2. Let's see what TJ is up to. And you also get to see what I'm doing, too. So we'll see you guys in there.
Hey, welcome back. Day 2 of our 30-day challenge, running $0 to $10,000 in MRR. We're going to show you guys exactly how we're doing it. So day 1 was action-packed. Guys, if you haven't got a chance to watch that video, make sure and go back and watch that day 1 video. There is tons of information on how we're getting things set up to build our agency completely from scratch, 0 to 10,000 MRR. In less than 30 days, right? We're showing you guys day by day every single step. So make sure if you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe to the channel, obviously like, and then comment. Like if you guys have questions about anything that we're doing, we're going to be providing a lot of the free resources that we offer down in the comments. So we're super happy to help, right? So day 2, obviously, yesterday we joined, guys, we did a lot of work yesterday. Like we joined a bunch of groups where, adding a bunch of Facebook pages, all that stuff, because this is 100% organic marketing, right? There's nothing paid that we are doing right now. Now we'll talk about paid stuff later as we kind of like start ramping up and start getting a few sales underneath our belt. But the goal is we're selling a very, very simple let's just say product. A very simple product is we're going after businesses to get them more reviews. And it's simple. We're charging them $47. $47 to get more reviews. We'll have a sequence that we kind of lay out that's, hey, we're going to reach it back out to their customers to get them more reviews to help them get boosted on Google. So that's our whole entire pitch right now. $47, get more reviews. So as right now, we're setting up the groups. You guys will have access to this exact thing right here, right? Group names, a link to the group. Are they private or public? I would encourage you guys to make sure that you guys are trying to or get and join as many private communities as you can. There's a little bit less fluff and BS in some of the groups. So what I'm doing right now, I'm not going to bore you guys with the details, is that we're going to be working on batch 2 today. So batch 2, I need to go through and make sure, hey, if I've gotten into these groups, if I've been accepted. If not, then I'm going to go find some other more businesses or some other groups to replace that, right? Because you want to keep this list. This is going to be your working list that you work every single day for, a week, the next week, the next week, the next week. This is the non-negotiables that we talked about, right? Making a list of 100 groups, 10 value posts in different groups, and then 10 comments on any post, 10 reply comments. And then also talking about the business pages, the Facebook business pages. We made a list of those. We're going to continue to add more to that as well. 20 points, 20 touch points, 1 like, 1 comment using their Facebook or Instagram. And then we're filling out forms. The cool thing is, guys, is we're going to provide you guys with these forms that help you stay accountable to yourself, right? Like, hey, here's the group name. Here's the link to the group, which batch it's a part of. We're going to be working on batch 2 today. Was it a post or a comment? And then link to the last post submitted by you or maybe your business partner or whoever you're working with. If it's you by yourself, it's fine, man. We're just showing you guys like, hey, what's possible in that 30 days. So we're going to start diving into this deal. So right now I'm showing you guys is working on batch 2. I went through and checked to make sure we joined some of these. Some of these I got denied, which is fine. It's going to happen. So I'm actually going to go back in and replace those. And so just remember how we're doing this. We're just going into Facebook and talking, going to the search bar and then going down to groups, right? I just put small business. I'm going to try to find a few groups to add to this. Like I said, doesn't necessarily have to be HVAC. Now, small business, this might be a lot of public groups, but Just remember, this is your shot list. So refining this list, getting this list set up again, I told you guys we're doing this like super fast and like on the go, like crazy, crazy, crazy. But we're going to have this set up to where, hey, take the time, build your list. That way you're ready to go. That way when you're doing your prospecting, you're not having to go through and kind of like replace maybe groups or businesses all the time. So we'll just keep punching that. I'm going to get these replaced, and then we're going to go in and start diving into the next task. The non-negotiables. Looks like we did get in 9 out of the 10 groups so far. And just to check, that's why we put the links right here, guys, so you can just check it on yourself. We're still not in that one yet, but that's okay. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on our 10 comments. 10 comments and comment replies, right? So we're going to go find some... Let's see, deadlines, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go find some posts. Once I find a post, I'll show you guys how we're going to comment. Hey, I'm just showing you guys this. Like, this is a group that we got in yesterday, right? Like, we were hunting for groups super fast. We didn't really, obviously, once we got in it, we didn't really scan it that fast. But this is why it's important to kind of scan your groups to make sure that it's a decent group that has some decent people, maybe asking even some questions about their business and all that jazz. There's really not much in this one, so I'm probably going to kick this one out and find another one, which is fine. Again, remember, we're doing this extremely fast. We have 30 days to get to 10,000 MRR. So, just we're not perfect, right? We're just showing you guys how it is. All right, so look at this. We just got in. This is a private group, Oklahoma small local businesses. Man, that's another really good one. Like, typing in small business and join some of these private groups, it's going to be good. The private ones, just remember, guys, the private ones are going to have a little bit more like people and engagement, a little bit of advertising here and there. Like, look at this freaking cool. Let's see here. Look at this cool concept. Like, they do a charcuterie board mobile cart event, right? Like, that's super cool idea. I'm probably going to comment on that just for them to like know who I am, but shoot, this might even be something that I use. So, we're going to post something cool. Like, what a cool, super cool idea. Let's see here. Like, these guys don't even have like a Facebook page unless they didn't comment or something. Like, we'll search for it here in a second, but it's like this is one of the pages that we can add to Facebook. So not only are you guys like in the groups making comments and all this stuff, is like these are you want to find businesses just like this that you can add to the Facebook group page, the group also. That way you can go in and comment on their pages, right? Because remember, that's what we're doing. That's part of the non-negotiables right here. 20 touch points. 1 like, 1 comment per using your personal Facebook, right? Fill out everything. Fill out everything, meaning we're filling out our forms to show that we're being accountable. So we'll keep plugging along here. Hey, one thing I'll touch on really quick. I did mention to you guys this yesterday as far as, people are going to start seeing you in these groups. So make sure you have your Facebook. Like, you don't have to have everything set up perfectly, right? But what I did is I created a banner about our company, Savage Systems, right? Help businesses grow with systems built to scale. Let's talk DM to get savage, right? And then I also put the link to it's a form. Guys, I'm telling you, you remember, you saw the video yesterday, like Cade's building some of this stuff on the back end as we're moving forward. So don't you feel like you have to get everything completely done right now? You need to just make sure you have a list of all your tasks of what you need to get done, and then slowly build from there, because you could get one client your first day, right? But that's not really what our thoughts are. Our thoughts are like, over the next few days, we got to see if we're going to get some clients, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what their goal is. We're building community and all that stuff, but we don't have this stuff ready, right? We have a little bit of a form that just talks about, hey, let's get started. The wait's almost over, but that's it. So people aren't even being funneled to anything right now because Cade's still building this stuff. Like, remember, we're just showing you guys day to day, and this is just day 2. So we'll keep plugging along. So going back to that, I showed you guys that we did comment on this. They posted in one of the groups about their page, but I'm like, dude, this is such a cool concept, right? So I added this one to my list of Facebook. I put this in batch 2, which we'll be working on that today. As far as going in and like comment the the 20 touch points. So just remember, if you guys are in some groups and you find some, different pages that you want to add, like do that, all these businesses, guys, they just need to know who we are. So we'll just keep plugging along. So again, if you guys have any questions about this stuff, make sure and leave a comment below. Like, we're happy to give you guys, obviously you guys are going to have access to these tools and stuff to help yourself accountable and really track the data, but we want to help you, right? So we'll just keep rocking and rolling. Hey, showing you guys a little bit how we're responding to people's, we're posting on people's business pages, right? So that's part of our non-negotiables every single day. So as you can see, he did mention me in a comment after I posted. He posted, is a landscape company, right? Outdoors. So look at the before and after. I said, man, let's see here. Where did I say? I said, that looks way better. Nice work. He said, thanks. Can we interest you in a quote? Any work? Quotes are always free. We always offer other services as well. I said, I'll keep this in mind as we're about to move. Thank you. You guys know that's real because we are about to move. We're going to be moving in the middle of this challenge. So no excuses. You're saying, oh, I got this going on. Doesn't matter. TJ moved in the middle of the challenge, right? So we'll keep plugging along here. All right, so we're back to posting in the groups, right? We're going through the list of the groups that we've already built, which you guys have seen that right here. We're going in these groups and finding good posts, right? So I found hey, you have multiple decade-old competitors, retiring, going out of business. All of them are down just themselves, no employees left. How do you value business that's no longer a business but may have a customer list a mile deep? Whew, that's gold right there. Maybe take over the phone number, website, blah. Is it worth it? Thanks for the insight. I said, hey, I've been through this a few times with actually a few businesses. The business might be gone. There's definitely some gold left. Redirect that phone number is a pretty big deal, especially since they've been in business forever. If they have a customer list, I'd run a reactivation campaign with outbound calls, text, and email. We do this automatically when taking over a business. The trick is offering something to re-engage them with, like an offer, $250 off any repair over $1,000. Also talk about the site. Like, the site was built in probably the 2000s. It's not worth it. It sells backlinks work direct into your site. I say, hey, we have a full system that takes care of this. Happy to share more details of what we're using. Simple as that, guys. We're adding value. Like, hey, this is what we've done, and happy to share some information if you like it. Here's just showing our form, just again, how we're keeping track of this stuff. Group name and the link to the group. This is where, since we're working batch 2 today, and we did a comment, link to last post. For some reason, I couldn't get the link. It's because some settings is not allowed, but hey, we can search for this name. It'll pull up their name. And then obviously submitted by me. Boom, submit. We've got that submitted. So we're just moving on to the next one. All right, guys, as you can see, we are getting close. We still have some tasks that we need to complete on this, but we are getting close. I'm going through the Facebook pages and making a comment on their posts, and then obviously linking it in our group, right? So let's see here. We're going to say about really busy. Gutter cleaning. Yeah, it's fall time. We're in Oklahoma. That's going to be coming. So, hey, we're just copying the link, going up to the form, link to the post we interacted with. This is on batch 2 because we're on day 2. Page name. Going over here to clutter control. Boom. I think we also need to link the page. Submitted by me, TJ. Boom. That one's done. We're going on to the next one. Last time interacted was today. And on the DMs, guys, we're gonna wait at least a week before we start like DMing people about our cool offer. I've been finding a lot of these businesses, guys, they have a little bit of a likes, and then when we go look on Google, they have either no Google business profile, none, or they have very, very few reviews. So those are the people that we're after. We want to help them. Remember, we're doing our 0 to 10K in MRR. We're focused on getting people more reviews. That's going to lead to other things as well. So let's see here. Let's get another one. Tile Masters and Remodeling. Let's go down to Fall is in the Air. Yeah, it is. Let's see. Get your gene. Let's fast. We need to find a cool post, man. Not that these aren't cool posts. Let's just find a cool one. We do repairs. Let's see here. Ooh, that bathtub. That bathtub. Or the shower tile. It's 10 out of 10. Nice work. Boom. Share. Copy link. I'm going from down to up. Link to page. We're grabbing it from the bar there. And link to page. And then we're also grabbing the name. Remember, we're just building that list. Whoops. We're just building that list real strong. That way when we're really attacking this every single week, then we're building. That way when we hop in the DMs, people recognize us, recognize our names and stuff. So I'm going to continue plugging along. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll show you guys the next part that I'm working on. All right, guys, we're finishing up the day 2. Just remember, we got all the non-negotiables here. We're constantly adding to the list, and then 10 value posts in the group. We got all that completed. Let's see my value post. Let's see if I can show you guys an example really quick. Where are we at? I just finished posting it. Let's see if we can pop in one of our groups. Pop in one of the groups right here. Boom, posted right there. All right, guys, so we know reviews are important for our business. Let's see how ask for our business, but I see people ask a lot how to get people to leave reviews, and I'll explain how we've done it. Hey, we train people in the field. Guys, this is just a good example of where we're just adding value, right? Adding value to all right, guys, we're wrapping it up here with day 2, showing you guys just a little bit. We did our outreach, right? 10 comments, 10 reply comments. And then also we did our value post in 10 different groups that we were in. Remember, we've got the batch 2. So these are all the groups that we had joined. Still got some pending ones. So we're still trying to get in some groups, right? I'm not going to lie. You guys, once you start learning on how to get in groups, it's, and then figure out which ones are good ones. If they're not good ones today, I did spend some time of like getting out of some of the groups that were just not any good, which is fine. It's not a big deal. So we did that. Let's see here. And then 20 points, 20 touch points, 1 like, 1 comment on Facebook IG. We need to get more into Instagram. I haven't been a whole bunch on Instagram because we've been finding a lot of gyms on Facebook. So we filled out the form for everything. Make sure we're locked in. I will tell you guys this, that I am pumped. Like, we're getting some traction. Let's see if I can pull up without my Facebook going crazy here. We've had, let's see here, 1, 2, we had 3 DMs started. We even got a Zoom call with a customer, which is cool, right? Or talking about some different things that we're going to be able to help her with just by adding some different posts, right? Adding a value post somewhere and then getting some traction. Also messaging a few people here and there on some different help on some things, but also what the goal is. Remember, 10,000 MRR in 30 days. We're finishing up day 2, which is great. But remember what the goal is. Our goal is to get them into our review system, the review system. So get them signed up for our super simple offer of, hey, we're going to get you more reviews. That way you can be bumped up higher on Google, right? And so we do that super simple. It's not a cost thing. Our goal is to get testimonials too. So I'm fired up, guys. We're going to end day 2 here, but hey, make sure you guys are staying honest to yourself, doing the work. I'm pumped up because guess what? Tomorrow's day 3. We're going to see how much more traction we can get. So you guys stay tuned. We'll see you guys soon.
Hey, what's up, guys? So it's day 2 here, and what we're going to walk through is what I've started to build out in terms of actually mapping out internal systems that we're going to actually build inside of High Level for like workflows, automations, pipeline tracking, forms, and stuff. Now, we're not completely done with this. This is just where I've gotten to today, again, day 2. But I want to show you how we go about mapping things out, right? Because you can just go in and start building stuff. That's totally fine. But the reason why we map this out on a board like this, again, we use Whimsical, but the whole purpose behind doing it this way is because then we have a topical view where it makes it really easy to know, like, one, what we need to build inside a high level, how everything needs to connect, and it also allows us that in the future, like if we need to make changes to someone or make changes to like part of this flow or something, we can come here, edit it, and then make the change in the actual system itself. And then we always have a constant record of what the system looks like from a topical view. Now, we even do this with snapshots that we build, for different industries and things too. And again, it's so that we're organized. We know what all is in the system. We know how everything connects. And that's the whole purpose behind why we build this out. Now, again, there's other people that probably build it out differently. This is just the way we do it. And again, I've done this for all my companies. It's how we build the systems. It's how we map things out. So I'm just going to walk you through this here. So really quick, this is the way we do it. We have a key here. And our key is we use this square yellow one for pipelines, like the actual name of the pipeline. We use this white one for like pipeline stages. This is for the workflow from a topical view. Then we have the workflow trigger and workflow actions. Now, the way we do it then is for like workflow actions, triggers, and we just put the name of what they are inside the box, and I'll get to that. But then we also have sections for custom values, tags, surveys, forms, fields, calendars, etc., which you see all that out over here. So we have our key. So we have over here some of the stuff so far. Now, again, this isn't fully planned. This is just where I've gotten to so far in day 2. But like I have our website contact form built out. We got a few custom values in here. And then we have one calendar for sales. Then we move over to our pipelines, and in our pipeline, you'll see here right now we have 2 pipelines. So we have one for sales and then we have one for clients. Now, the reason why we separate this is so that we can have, for example, when we start to hire sales team or whatever, the sales team can focus on the sales pipeline. And then the onboarding team or support team can focus on anything that's in the client section. Now, keep in mind, we don't use high level for project management or task management. We use ClickUp, which we'll get into ClickUp here probably around day 3, day 4, once we get to that point after we start building out some of these stuff that we need for the business right now. But this is how we do it. So we have 2 pipelines, one for sales, one for clients. Now let's walk through why we have the sales pipeline the way we do, right? So first and foremost, we have the new lead section. So this is going to be any new lead that comes in from any source, whether that's for a certain service, a certain product, from ads, our website, doesn't matter. It's going to go into the new lead section, and then we use tags, tracking fields, source tracking to actually like find out where it came from specifically. Contact made, what that means is that the lead has actually responded to us or we've had a phone call. It moves over to contact made. Now, once we've had that conversation, that initial conversation, then if we need to follow up with them at a later date, right? So for example, maybe we talk to them and like, hey, can you reach out maybe Friday or maybe next week, or hey, I'm on vacation, can you get back to me on this day, right? So we put them in this follow-up stage where then we can build out an automation where we create a task for that lead. It goes to the follow-up stage, and then we set the date and time of when we need to follow back up with them and reach out, right? So we can build automations around that simply by submitting a form that will allow us to auto move stuff around. Now from here, we got appointment booked. So if we get on a sales call or book a sales appointment, they'll go here. And then if they no show cancel, then we have automations and stuff that will run to get them back on the calendar. If they run through all these automations, then we have a long-term nurture, or for example, maybe they're not ready to buy. We can put them into a long-term nurture. And then we have ours sold. So once they get sold, they run through that process and then move over to onboarding. So then depending on what services they were sold, they get sent an onboarding form. Once it's complete, then it will notify our team. It puts all the stuff in queue and checklist tasks for the team to go build out and complete. And then from there, once we have our stuff ready on the back end for internal, then what it will do is it will send a notification to the client saying, hey, you can schedule your onboarding call. Then same process. If they no show or cancel and need to reschedule, it runs them through a process to get them back onboarded. Once they've had their onboarding call, then we do a 7-day check-in, 15-day check-in, 30-day check-in. Now, the reason why is because those first 30 days, especially with a brand new client, are super important in terms of making sure that, one, if you're selling a SaaS type service, that they're getting integrated, they are using the system, they're doing what they need to do, so that way they want, like, learning how to use the system, right? Because the more we can get them integrated into the system, the more it becomes a part of their business, the more it becomes a part of their day-to-day, and then it's harder for them to want to leave or stop using that system, okay? So then we have active. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind is that we plan this out right now that's going to be kind of in line with a lot of our services. Now, one thing to note is that you can have services that don't require all this stuff. Like, you can have services that don't require an onboarding call, right? You can sell, for example, you could technically sell the review system straight from a landing page and never get on a call and just have, email, text message support going back and forth, checking in with clients. It's 100% possible. But we're trying to make this a really solid experience, especially since we're a brand new company and we have to earn that trust with the community and the people that we're going to serve with, with our products and services. So this is what we got right now for pipeline tracking. And this is how, again, we map it out based on what we're doing right now. So keep in mind, again, this can alter, this can change based on what you're doing. Now let's dive into kind of how we start to build out workflows and whatnot here. So from here, what we do is we build out different workflows and we categorize them into folders. So like when you see this right here, all these workflows that we have here would go into a folder called New Leads Workflow. Now, the reason why we do that is we like to separate, personally, again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can do it in any way you want. This is just how we do it and how we've done it for our companies is we have a folder that's dedicated to new lead workflows. So what that means is any potential lead source that we have, whether that's our Facebook page, our website contact form. So I bring this in, right? A new lead from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, a new lead called in from, maybe our website or our Google My Business page, if you have one. The website contact form got filled out, a new lead from Facebook ads or Google ads, right? So whatever we're running in terms of ads, it could be YouTube ads, anything. This is how we do it. We connect it via a lead source here. And then we just have a workflow for each one. And then the way we go about it is, of course, then the trigger is based off of whatever that would be. So this is the name of the workflow. This is the trigger that takes place. And then these are all the steps that take place throughout that workflow. So, it creates the lead, assigns a team member, sends a confirmation message, then waits a day, sends another message, follow up. Now, of course, with social media, you can only do so much follow up typically, like especially with Facebook. If they don't respond, I think within 7 days or something like that right now, you can't message them after that. So each one of these has a different follow-up sequence in terms of what we do. If they call in from a phone call, we can't get a hold of them. This is all going to be based around SMS. If they fill out the website contact form, we'll have SMS and email, so we can send them both. And then again, this is just how we map it. We put some time in between, but the first usually week is going to be pretty heavy with follow-up because they're a new lead. They opted in, they came in. We want to try and get them in contact with them as soon as possible. So this is our new lead workflows. This is how we do that. And then from here, I've gotten to some of our sales workflows. So for example, again, if a lead replied, no matter what the platform is, it will move them over to contact made. If we need to follow up with them, right, get back in touch, it'll go through this reach back out workflow. And that's going to be triggered based off of a form that we submit. So that form gets submitted with who the name of the lead is, if we want to follow up with them on a certain date and time, and then it will run them through that sequence. From here, we got our appointment scheduled appointment, reminders, no, cancel, no show, follow up. And then if we need to follow up with them again after, we can put them through a follow up workflow. And then from here, long term nurture. So, again, if they're not ready to buy or they're not interested right now, we can send them through a long term nurture campaign. And then, of course, we have paid. So I've gotten to this so far. Of course, I still got to keep working on building this out with the customer onboarding side of things. But that's what I'm going to be working on here throughout the rest of today, and then working on it even into tomorrow, most likely. Again, this stuff can take some time to get planned out, but it is important and it is good to do for the whole purpose is then when you're ready to go build, it makes it very fast, very simple to actually go build and put it into place. And then as your business grows and you start bringing on team members, this makes it really easy then to delegate work to your team to actually go build out these massive systems as well too. So just wanted to show this to you guys. This is how we actually start planning out and building. Yesterday you saw us how we kind of mapped out the flow of things. But now we're getting into the nitty gritty of actually planning out what's being built, how it's going to be built, the different steps within the workflows, how it's going to move from stage to stage, pipelines, et cetera. So that's what we're showing here. And again, we're just going to keep grinding away, getting stuff knocked out and done. And we'll see you guys at the end of today in the recap. And then we'll also plan on seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. And we're live.
Hey guys, end of day 2. Absolutely. We're just out here it's madness, okay? And the great thing is we're already starting to see, as you guys can see, just like at the end of the video there, we've already got some DMs fired up. We're already getting some like small traction on some things. So just remember, like, even though we're just 2 days in, right, we're already starting to get like a little bit of traction. And I'm super pumped about that because you guys know as well as I know, we're putting in the work. We're filling out the forms. We're holding ourselves accountable. And I absolutely love this part.
Yeah, no, it's fun, man. Like it's only day 2. Like, and I feel like we've been doing so much already, right? But um that's just the reality of it. It's just the work that it takes when you're starting something new, and that it's a new business or whatever, right? Or even if it's something that you're just learning for the first time too, right? There's always a bunch of upfront work that goes into it, whether it's learning something new, whether you're starting a new business, and even if you have experience in business, like TJ and I do, where we built companies and we still have companies and whatnot. Anytime you go into something new, there's always a bunch of upfront work. And then over time, things start to get systemized and start to flow a little bit easier. And then you start to be able to get to the point where you can delegate things out and hire employees and all that fun stuff once you get to there. But nah, man, we're doing it for real from the beginning again, just to show that it's possible and to show you like the different things that you have to do along the way. Now, obviously, wherever you might be starting, you can't necessarily compare that to, TJ and I, obviously we both have years of experience in business, but that's the whole point of us doing this is to show you guys, again, just like we're doing it from scratch. No ad spend, no team, no nothing. We're building it out. TJ's hitting the groups and stuff hard, the organic outreach. I'm getting the systems built out. And then here soon, we're going to start building out some automated systems, even to help with some outreach stuff, especially like via cold email and some other avenues, which obviously you'll see in those other videos, here over the next week or so as we continue to build things out and whatnot. But yeah, man, we're just here to show you guys what it takes, how to do it, the skills that you have to learn in development, and more importantly, just don't be afraid to take action. Like, action is truly what gets you to where you want to go. But you might have to take a lot of it,
Yeah, and it's imperfect action, right?
Right.
Like there's things that we're having to like adjust. Like you guys have seen me earlier as like, dude, I joined a bunch of groups and I'm like, man, some of these groups are just full of, just spam or whatever. And that's okay, right? Like we can go back and adjust. And so like I was showing you guys earlier in the videos, like we're going back and just kind of like, hey, we need to kind of like really dive into just some halfway decent groups, the ones that aren't completely full of spam. I mean, we're not saying that those don't work. We're just saying that you want to build that quality list because that's going to be that list that you're going to be working, over the next few weeks, right? And we're just going to continue to add value, be posting, but also just holding ourselves accountable to this stuff. It does take some work, but hey, we're here for it, man. And you guys know as well as I know is nothing great started without a lot of hard work. So we're
Yep.
super pumped, man. Super pumped. End of day 2. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So day two's over. TJ, maybe just one thing like from day two of doing this that you feel would be valuable for people to know at this stage.
Man,
Again,
I
it's
think,
day two, right? So like,
yeah, right. Man, I think just the value of just man, just believing in yourself. You know what I mean? Like I think you can whether you're working at a job and you're coming home and doing this every single day, like man, I think just block out everything, right? Like Kate and I are like busy during the days, most of the days, and then we're obviously doing this and building and showing this to you guys. But man, I
right.
think my biggest thing is I've been able to stay extremely busy with our day to days right now, and I've just blocked out a lot of stuff. And
Yep.
it's really exciting because then I get to really focus on the work and be excited. So when I'm DMing people, I even got on a Zoom call with somebody today, like a super quick Zoom call, which is exciting, right? It keeps you fired up. So I would
Yeah.
say keep your head in the game. Like again, this is only day 2. I know we're speeding things up compared to what it would usually take, but we're also just showing what's possible. So
Yeah.
I say keep your head in the game, man. This is
Yeah.
only day 2. Like, hey, we got to pump 30 days of this. So
Yep. Yeah. And to kind of iterate on that too, right? Uh, like TJ mentioned, these videos that we're doing here day to day, like they might only be an hour, maybe 30-minute long videos, but what you're not seeing is you're not necessarily seeing all the work that's going into it. Like we're having to build stuff out. We're just not sitting there filming us building everything. Otherwise, this would be like it'd be like 4 hours from TJ and 4 hours from me, and you'd have an 8-hour video showcasing this. So a lot of what we're doing is like we're showing you the ins and outs of like, okay, TJ's showing you what he's doing to go do outreach, but he's breaking it down, right? Like he's showing you how he's finding groups to get in, what he's posting, but he's not showing you necessarily every time he's posting and every comment he's doing. Just like with me, like the systems that I'm showing you that we're building and planning, like those take me hours to plan out. Like I, even today, I spent another few hours just mapping and planning and building, and it takes time, right? But once you start to build those systems and you get things going, eventually then you have it there and then you can iterate on it. It's faster. But again, the upfront work is always the most. But what you're going to start to see over these 30 days is how things start to compound. And like TJ even said on his side, like we're in day 2 and he's already seeing some compound effect of it. Like people getting back to him. He's in the DMs. He was able to hop on a call today, right? Already in day 2, just through putting himself out there and having conversations. But, again, and we're doing this around the other stuff that we have going on too. Like, building our other companies and whatnot too. Like I have, team members and people and partners that I got to meet with throughout the day as well to make sure stuff is moving forward there. And so, yeah, guys, it's exciting. We're just showing you, again, what it takes. So, um, I don't got anything else to show you. You guys saw the video. Day 3 is coming up tomorrow. So, TJ, you got any
tomorrow.
closing thoughts for people?
Tomorrow, day 3, guys. Hey, stay locked in. The best thing too is, man, if you guys have questions, like reach out, man. Like
Yeah.
obviously the comment section's open. We're gonna be super active in the comment section. So if you have questions about stuff, obviously there's gonna be some links below with some of our different tools that we're using, which is great. Like I'm super pumped to be able to share that with you guys and just show the day to day. So you guys
Yep.
stay tuned, man. Day 3 coming up.
Day 3 tomorrow. All right. See you guys.
All right.